This is the all-new Lexus LBX. It's a hybrid SUV, and in this video, I'm going to tell you everything else that you need to know about this car. But before we start, if you want to see lots more reviews and reveals like this, subscribe to our channel. What is this car? Well, it is the first Lexus that's been built specifically for Europe, and it's about 4.2 meters long, and the dimensions generally are fairly similar to an Audi Q2, so this is a small SUV that's going to be a rival to other premium small SUVs like the Q2. But underneath this car, it's actually got a lot in common with the Toyota Yaris Cross, because of course Toyota is the parent company of Lexus. There are, though, quite a lot of differences between this and the Yaris Cross. For a start, obviously, it has a very different look, doesn't it? And another difference between this and the Yaris Cross is actually in the dimensions, so they're broadly very similar. But the LBX has a slightly bigger distance between the front and rear wheels. It's also got shorter overhangs and a wider track. This interior is totally different from what you find in the Yaris Cross, so that Toyota is a very good car in lots of areas. But you'd have to say it is a pretty drab interior that you get with that car here. It feels really plush, very impressive with loads of really nice materials, brilliant build quality as you'd expect from Lexus, and you now get a 9.8-inch touchscreen infotainment system. You also still have some physical controls for the climate, which is great. You can also get a 12.3-inch fully digital drive display. There's a head-up display on the options list as well, and even a 13-speaker sound system. Now, if you are wondering about the LBX name, I can tell you that it stands for Lexus, Breakthrough Crossover, and in its press release, Lexus has very proudly announced that this is the first car in its lineup to get 3 letters in its name since the LFA. The LBX, unfortunately, is not powered by a 4.8-liter V10, but instead it gets a tweaked version of the hybrid setup that you find in the Yaris Cross. So this is a 3-cylinder, 1.5-liter petrol engine, but in the LBX, you get 134 brake horsepower, whereas the Yaris Cross gets 115 brake horsepower. So this is a little bit quicker. Another difference is you can have the LBX with front-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive, but even if you do go for the 4-wheel drive version, the total system power output is exactly the same as the front-wheel drive version. The tires are larger in the LBX and the alloys are bigger as well. Lexus has big hopes for the LBX, and it really wants this to be the car that delivers a big sales impact here in Europe. See this on UK roads in March 2024, and in that year Lexus expects to sell more than 25,000 units across Europe. But how much is this thing going to cost? Well, Lexus says it is far too early to have any estimates on a starting price. What we do know is that the Lexus UX, which sits above the LBX, starts at £35,000. The Toyota Yaris Cross starts at around £25,000. So you can imagine that this will probably fit somewhere in the middle. So that is everything we know so far about the Lexus LBX. Tell us what you think of the car in the comments below. Subscribe to our channel to see lots more new car reveals and reviews.